The rulebook has been ripped up, totally starting again. We've designed what we think is the best interpretation. We could only start at the start of January last year from a regulation side of things, and we've had a year to design and develop and evolve the car that you see today. But we've had 9 other teams with very smart people at all those teams trying to do the same thing as well. So it's going to be exciting seeing everybody's interpretation on a totally new set of rules. That's in previous years, it's just been an evolution. This is absolutely ripping up the rule book, totally new car. There's going to be looking at each other to see what other people have done, how they've interpreted the rules. And I think, as the season progresses, you'll see it asymptoting a little bit as people get closer and closer to what is going to ultimately be the best solution.
Tell me, though, what's it going to take for Aston Martin to win Formula One?
We're on a journey at the moment. We said this is year 2 of a 5-year plan. We're against some very fierce competition out there. Our job is to give the people the right tools, to keep building those tools, to keep complementing the people with additional like-minded, strong people, and just keep chipping away at the car, developing the car, doing a better and better job.
It's your second season since returning to Formula One. What impact has that had on the broader business?
And so, straight back into Formula One with Aston Martin, the cachet of such a huge brand just helps us attract partners, helps us with recognition, helps us employ people. Better and better people come on board when they see the intent that Lawrence and the team have moving this team forwards. It's already was a team with enthusiasm and a team with desire and competitiveness, but that's just gone up another level.
Let's talk about partnerships then and collaboration. The Saudi Aramco deal, how's that going to play into team performance?
Obviously a new partner of ours. 2026 is where we're looking at 100% sustainable fuels, and that's definitely something that Aramco and the fuel and lubricant side of things are very excited by. And I think having the power of a team like that behind us as we venture into those new regulations, it's really exciting times for us.
Let's talk about some of the nuts and bolts of how this works. Big, powerful engines and the huge logistics of moving teams all over the world with more races than ever before. What can the sport do to mitigate the impact on climate change?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. I think the sport has really got its eyes open to that with a lot of the initiatives that both our partners and the sport is doing. The paddock has changed even in the last few years that I've been involved in Formula One. The single-use plastic bottles, people are going away from that. Every area that we can do something, the sport is trying to do something. Technology is phenomenal in Formula One. Sustainable fuels are coming. Formula One very much has its eyes open to the world that we're all living in.
You're talking about new rules. We've also got new faces. I'm talking about Zhou Guanyu, who's the first Chinese driver in Formula One. What impact do you think that's going to have on the sport's global appeal and for businesses like Aston Martin, McLaren, Ferrari, who all have customers in the Far East?
It's fantastic. Every time we see a driver come in from a different nationality, it just opens the eyes of the people in those countries who maybe didn't necessarily watch Formula One, weren't as interested in Formula One. Formula One's a growing sport. China's a huge emerging market for Aston Martin. And yeah, really excited to have him join the grid. And he's had a great career up to this point, and I'm sure at that team he's going to have a very, very good year.
And let's talk about someone who's already on the grid, or has been, there's a lot of noise around it. Lewis Hamilton, he's not committed to taking part this year until he's seen the results, the FIA inquiry. If he pulls out, what impact could that have?
Obviously, Lewis is a real part of Formula One, and I'm sure he's going to be on the grid come the first race of the year. He's had some time off. He's bouncing back. He is part of Formula One. I'm pretty sure he will be there.